peace. This is S.S.Oracle, Shadow and Soul Oracle. This is Savvy. I'm going to do a love reading for the queens, okay? For goddesses, for women, all right? Like, I don't want to say feminine because they're like, you know, we have both masculine and feminine energy within us, right? So it's like to call out a feminine or masculine reading, like you could be talking to a man or a woman, but it's like there are specifics, right, in this world when it comes to our gender expressions, right? We have like, so it's like that's specific. So if we're doing readings for men and women, like that's what we're doing. Like to say masculine and feminine can get very confusing, right? If you don't have a certain kind of mind frame, that can get very confusing. I'm just saying we're both masculine and feminine, men and women. So this reading specifically is for women, okay? That has to be said because I feel like it's like people spiral with that. All right, so let's get it. Let me start with these. Let me see. I'm gonna start with these love oracle cards. Okay, love oracle cards. All right. Dang, we just had the moon, right? Just had the moon. All right, coffin. That's death. That's the end of something. Brings new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. Okay, ideals of love. Ideals. The ideals that you have around love are changing, right? Around love are changing. Like you realize it's like within. That's why the coffin is here. Like the transformational process happens within, right? It's kind of like metamorphosis is what the energy is. Girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. So you're... No, this is end of relationships. This is end of friendships. Something about desires for relationship. Like relationship, like talking with friends about desires of relationship with a man. Like you're talking with your friends about it, and it's like that has to stop. Shadow and Soul Oracle. Okay, that has to stop. Like somebody doesn't want you talking about that. Like somebody doesn't want, I don't know, like it feels like an energy like blocking that, and it's saying to like spend time alone, like spend time alone. Spiritual deception. See, look, these are the romance oracle. There's a deception here. I knew I wasn't tripping. Like that felt weird. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Like there's jealousy energy here. Like there's very much jealousy energy. Like, you know, there's this whole thing, like I've seen like with women talking about like, you know, like the decentering men thing, or having like friends that are pick-me's, or like friends that like leave their friends to be in a relationship. Like that's what it is. And it's like, but this, the person, the energy I'm reading for, like there's someone that you're cool with, like a friend or something, that you need to stop talking about your desires for a relationship, because they're basically hating on you. Like they're not the kind of person you want to be talking to about where your love life is headed. Like that's not who you need to be talking to about that. Let me get one more. That's crazy. You know, I'm over here thinking it's gonna be a reading like specifically for you and your mate or potential mate, but it's like there's you need to get somebody out your circle, okay, because that's going to affect the energy of the union. Okay, it says you deserve love. You deserve love. You are lovable. Okay, like support. Like you're worthy of support. You're worthy of support. Like you want, like maybe like whoever this person is that's in your circle, like maybe they're just like trying to deter you away. They're like, oh, you don't need to worry about no man. You don't need to worry about no man. But it's like you have a divine partner though. Like, and so it's like, that's the thing. Like, it's like some people know like when they can feel a potential mate. Like this is like through the vibrational alignment. Okay. Like you can feel that. Some people can feel that. And so it's like, some people do have a path to seek relationship, but then there's people who are jealous of that, because, you know, they may have wounds around relationships and things like that. So it's like you can't, it can be difficult to have conversations with people who do not support the kind of path that you want to go on. And it's like, that can make you potentially feel like you don't deserve to be on that path or something like that. Like you're like, just because other people have had issues in love doesn't mean that you should stop desiring it. Okay. And I think the more and more you talk to this person, the more that kind of conflict is coming within your consciousness, and it's making you difficult to focus on your path towards your divine partner. Like, you know, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what happens. Like, that's what we talk about when being careful who we surround ourselves with, because people's levels of consciousness comes in contact with ours, right? And so that's an energy exchange in itself. And so that happens sometimes. Like, and you wondering why you might be confused about stuff like, who are you around? And are people supportive of what you feel is in your heart and in your soul, or of your soul? And do those people support that? Or are they always questioning it? Like, oh no, that's not what you know what I'm saying? Like, because again, like, if people have certain wounds in their life, or maybe they're just not at a certain level of consciousness and awareness, like, they're not going to know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to know what you mean when you say, like, you just desire. They're like, no, you don't need that. You don't need, man, you need to be out here having fun. You need to be out here doing this. And it's like, yeah, but I know, but it's like, this is what I want. And like, they'll still combat you with that. That's not support. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, as well-meaning and as intentional as that can be, it's like, that's not supportive. You're not trying to hear that all the time. You're not trying to hear that all the time. I'm pulling these Madame Fortune cards here. That's annoying. I'm sorry. It's annoying. It is annoying. It's annoying. That's why people be like, don't tell people your business. Because it's like, when you tell people your business or what you want, sometimes they just, everything they say is negative. And it's like, okay, you know what? This is the caduceus. This is a symbol of like healing. Okay, you may notice this symbol on like ambulances and stuff, right? This is Hermes. You will receive news from afar. This is Mercury energy. So it's like that'll be a message. Somebody's going to send you a message, or you get a message, or you get a sign that basically tells you to distance from this relationship so you can continue work and focus on, you know, manifesting your desire for your partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? What? Like, this is blocking. It's blocking that. This is very important. Okay. Let me pull one more of these romance decks, and let me see where's the energy at? Where's your energy going? Where's your energy going? Okay. And it's, you know, this is one of those distancing yourself from the person, or it may be completely releasing them. You know, no contact. I don't know. Let's see. Past life relationship. Yeah. Okay. You have known each other before. Yeah, you're meeting someone that's like actually in alignment with you, and this relationship is not. Like, this person that's in between you and your potential spouse or your spouse. Yeah. Yeah, like, you have that's why you feel it so strongly. Like, that's why we feel it strongly. You know what I'm saying? We can feel when we recognize an energy that we've dealt with before. That's what past life relationships are. Like, that's what the familiarity of like a soulmate connection is. Like, I recognize you from a very long time ago, but I'm seeing you in this life, and it's like, where have you been? You see what I'm saying? But it's like, that's what you're looking for. And, you know, this other relationship in between here, the person that you're talking to about your desires for this, that you're feeling this. Like, maybe you're saying like, you know, I could just feel this person. I feel like I've known them. Like, I know they exist. I know they out there. And they're like, girl, we need to go to the club or something. You know? And it's just like, you're like, man, like, can you support that? Like, because I feel them. Like, what else you feeling? What else I need here? One more romance oracle deck here. Okay. One more. So yeah, you gotta distance yourself, and you'll get another sign, and it's an irrefutable sign. So yeah, you're gonna be like, you know what? Let me just continue manifesting what I want. Okay. Religious factors and honeymoon here. So it says religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Honeymoon, enjoy bliss and holiday time together. Okay. So core beliefs here with your masculine, your external masculine, right? Your spouse, your potential partner, like your spiritual beliefs are paramount into healing, okay? Like what you consider like virtues spiritually, okay? Like where your sense of higher self came from, like that's going to be very important. Or your sense of a connection to God, like all of that, like where are you with that, and where was your upbringing? How did you grow up with that understanding of God, like that? Diving into that in your healing as you release this relationship to continue manifesting what you want. Okay, Shadow and Soul Oracle. Okay, well, this is what you want. Like there's somebody in the way. We need to, and then focus on your internal beliefs, your spiritual beliefs. Okay. All right. It looks like y'all have a good time. Like when you meet this person, like you'll have a good time, and that will probably be a main like discussion conversation. Okay, because maybe that's what kept y'all apart in the past. Differences in religion, differences in like spiritual belief practices or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's like a important kind of conversation to have. Just keep that in mind as you're healing. Okay, like this is healing. It's like releasing. When you release a relationship, really you're preparing for another one. You know what I'm saying? Be it a platonic, be it a romantic or whatever. Like, so it's like you go through the process when we have to release people, you heal, and then there's something for you to work on and focus on in that time. And so for the one reading this reading right now or listening to this reading right now, it's your spiritual beliefs and spiritual practices, like diving into that foundationally, because that'll set the tone for your relationship. Maybe this relationship that you are in with this girl, this other woman that you talk to, or friend or something that you talk to, that kind of feeds you negativity. Like maybe there's a spiritual belief that has kept y'all in relationship, and now you're healing out of that. You know what I mean? It's time to get out of that because you need to have support to continue to manifest this love. Okay. Because it's out there, and it's the beliefs, it's the things that keep you in alignment with people, really, is our spiritual beliefs. Okay, and so once our beliefs change, then that puts us in harmony with more elevated or ascended relationships when it comes to spirituality, and that's kind of what we're dealing with here. Okay, just as something to work on. Let me pull one more Madam Fortune. Okay, Madame Fortune. Okay, for Queen, Goddess, Lady, woman out there. Okay. You want support. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, so this is the gate. It says a barrier keeps you from your goal. Yeah, that's basically, look at, oh my God, hold on. Look at this, it's crazy. Don't that look like a match? Like it looks like the key to this gate. Like, don't play. Like, so it's like the key, big Mercury energy, Hermes energy, Thoth energy, okay, communication. You'll get a sign, you'll get a symbol, you'll get something unless you know it's time to release that relationship with that person so that you can get to this, okay? So you could get to your past life love, to that love that you want to reunite. You know what I mean? You're seeking a relationship that's reuniting you on a high spiritual level. And this relationship that you had with this friend, this deception, right? It's time to release that, all right? And that's all part of the healing. And once you heal, you open up the gate, right? So it says the barrier is that, right? This is the last card. So healing is the key to that goal of having that past life relationship that you know that you can feel, you know what I'm saying? And that you want to manifest, you desire to experience, okay? So if you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, subscribe. If you're interested in any of the services I have to offer, please click the link. Peace. Share.